All right, scholars, it's Mr. Sottile here bringing you the details for the first notebook check of 2015. You should have gotten a rubric in class the other day. These are also published on the website on School Loop if you need one. But you'll notice as we open up the book here that rubric is glued into the inside front cover, and I've gone ahead and put down all of the page numbers where all of the items that are required for this notebook check are going to be found in my notebook. First page I want to go make sure that we talk about is that cover page. That's your All About Me page. You're going to be opening up this notebook all year, so make that page look cool. Tell a story about yourself, what you're into, what you want to see greeting you every day in science. You do that up really nice and you can get a bonus point. First required page for the notebook check is going to be the table of contents. The table of contents should have all of the entries listed on the notebook tracker in class on the left-hand side, and then the page numbers where those things can be found listed on the right. Moving on, we've got the engineering and design process, and then the next page that's required for the notebook check is going to be the scientific method flowchart. So that should be on page 7, looks like this one. Moving forward, the next required notebook page is going to be the 6 swimmers card sort. That should have all of the parts of the scientific method and the scenario that we studied on the left-hand side in the correct order, and then the questions and your thoughtful answers on the right-hand side. The next page that's required is the testable hypothesis, control, and variable page. We did notes there and some practice ones. Be sure that second practice is also filled out. That was to be independently completed. Following that is the peculiar pepper puzzle, steps of the scientific method in the left, and the details of our investigation on the right. Next in the notebook check will be the Sultan notes with the graph labeled. So you should have the parts of Sultan labeled here, and then also the parts of Sultan identified on the graph. Following that will be the graphing changes in temperature lab. You can see that right here on the right. You'll have a double line graph here that should follow Sultan to show how the temperature rose on that thermometer when we took it out of the ice bath. Great opportunity to practice Sultan and graphing skills there. Next page that's required is the guide to laboratory write-ups. You should have some vocabulary cards all glued in there, and then the definitions on the right. Great studying tool there. Moving forward, the next page that'll be required is the completed mass lab. That should be folded in half right after your mass notes. You should have all of the data tables complete, plus the graph finished there, and then the question answered at the bottom. We've already graded that in class. Now you get points for it in your notebook. Next required notebook page is going to be the completed mass by difference lab. That's the one that looks like this. So we found the masses of different volumes of a liquid, made a line graph out of that, and then used that information to interpolate and figure out the mass of 20 milliliters of water. Be sure the data table is complete, the graph is complete, the questions are answered. And if you have all of those pages, then you're looking at 100% on your first notebook check. You do the bonus page, you could even get 110%. So happy notebook prepping. Thanks so much for tuning in, scholars, and we'll see you in class tomorrow.